Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk about healing my gut. So I've mentioned it a couple of times before, but I used to have terrible digestion problems and like acid reflux and other issues with my gut, and I noticed that I've never really done a video about it and explained to you how I healed it and why these things were happening to me. So I thought I would dedicate an entire video about healing my gut and how I did it. So let's start with what my symptoms were. So as I already said, I used to have horrible digestion. I think everyone that knows me knows how horrible my digestion was. It was just bothering me so much, and it came to a point where it was my number one problem. And then I also had acid reflux, which is a little bit harder to explain. I would definitely look it up if you're interested in, or if you think you have it. But it's basically when the acid out of your stomach comes up after you eat the food, and you're not throwing up. It's just the acid comes up, and it's just so gross. And I was also bloated, but I didn't know that I was bloated back then. But now that I look back, I can tell that I was bloated. I was also I also had I don't know the proper word for it, but I used to have these burping issues. I didn't do it on purpose. It was after I ate something. I don't know if you call it burping. I would just there would just be air coming out of my stomach, and I would have to burp it out to let it go. And yeah, so that was so weird because I don't know anyone that used to have this. And I would eat something during lunch when I was in school or working, and it was so embarrassing because then while I was in the class, this burping thing started, and you could hear it. And my best friend would look at me, and she knew about it. It was funny because I would do it every time I would eat something. And then lastly, I was low on energy. I was sleeping a lot. I was just tired, exhausted. Really low in energy, and I didn't know that this had to do something with my diet back then, but now I know that it was 100% because of my diet. Okay, those were my symptoms, and I think a lot of people actually struggle with at least one of these symptoms, especially the digestion problems. Alright, so later on, when I already started to get healthier, and I started to look into diet, into food and into diets, I noticed that these things are happening to me because I was consuming so much artificial sugars, and not just from the food. It was mainly from sodas, Coke, Diet Coke, all kinds of different sodas. But also I was hooked on this chocolate milk in Switzerland, which it was how you say this, it was a diet chocolate milk. It would have less sugar, but because it had less sugar, they put more of the artificial sugar in there. And yeah, that was the most terrible thing I could ever have put into my body, because now I know that this was causing most of my problems. Not the digestion, but the burping, the acid reflux, all of these things were happening because of this artificial sugar that I was eating so much, or consuming so much. The thing that made me have terrible digestion were basically two things. The first thing was meat. Alright, I'm telling you, meat, oh god, my digestion can't handle meat. So especially red meat. After I ate red meat, like just a little piece of red meat, I could not go to the bathroom for 3 weeks. Like, red meat is so horrible. And any other meat is like horrible too. Meat is definitely like a no-go, not just because I'm vegan, but also like my digestion just can't handle meat. And the second thing that was causing my digestion problems was that I wasn't eating enough fruits and vegetables. To be honest, I always thought I was eating healthy back then, but now that I actually eat fruits and vegetables, I laugh at myself because I was definitely not eating enough of them. And to be honest, fruits and vegetables are your healer. Like, they will just heal your body. Like, it doesn't matter what kind of fruit or vegetable, they will just heal your body. And another thing that was causing my gut problems was stress. I was under a lot of pressure and stress during that time where my gut problems were the worst. I had my final exams of business school. I was about to move to the United States and leave my family and friends behind. So yeah, I was definitely going through some things, and I do think that this also had an impact on my health and especially on my gut. So yeah, I definitely recommend to relax yourself, to do something that calms your body. Read a book or take a walk, do some yoga, paint, whatever it is. Don't let your body stress itself because it will definitely affect your health. The last thing that was also affecting my health was I was overeating, I was binge eating, and I was not eating at all. So I was doing all of these 3 things, and they're just the worst. First of all, overeating is horrible for your health. Besides that it leads to weight gain, it's just not healthy at all for your stomach to expand so much, because that's what happens when you overeat. Your stomach expands itself, and that's why it starts to hurt so much. For me, overeating always happened when I was not eating for a long period of time, and I was starving, and so I ended up overeating, which, is normal. That's what people do when they're starving. And binge eating happened for me whenever I was restricting myself too much to not eat something or to not eat at all because I had eaten so much before that I started to crave all these crazy fast food things, and that's when I started to binge eat. Now that I told you all of the causes of my gut problems, I'm gonna tell you now how I healed myself from them. So my healing journey started when I met Ellie. He introduced me to a healthy lifestyle with healthy foods and with workouts and just a balanced lifestyle. And so that's when I started to get to know which foods were good or not good for me. I started to eat more vegetables, fruits, healthy fats such as avocado, nuts and seeds, grains, legumes. I also started to drink water instead of soda, and I ate more mindfully, slower, and just took my time to actually chew the food that I was eating. And so my health went slowly better, and I felt better in my body as well. I lost weight, and so my acid reflux disappeared. My burping problem that I had also went away, and I also stopped overeating and binge eat. But I still have my digestion problem, and that didn't go away until I went vegan, because I stopped eating meat, dairy, cheese, eggs, and that was definitely what was causing my my constipation. After I went vegan, my health just went from 0 to 100 almost overnight, and that's actually how I healed myself. And I also wanted to mention that during the time that I was suffering from my gut problems, I went to various doctors, and I also had like this gastroenterology test where they put like a tube into your mouth and it shows your entire stomach, because I thought there was something wrong inside my body, but all along it was actually my diet that was causing it. But my doctors, they didn't know that, and they didn't tell me that. They just prescribed me tons of antibiotics and other medication. So I definitely recommend to do your own research. Don't just believe or take everything that your doctors tell you or give you, and listen to your body. If you don't feel good, if you feel something isn't right, it's most likely the truth, and you should definitely look into it. Alright, I think that's it, guys. I hope this video helped you out. Let me know in the comments below if it did, and thank you so much for watching. I see you in my next video. Bye!